This week's best MMA bets, we're talking UFC Vegas 73. Last week was a pretty dynamite week. Savage underdog lock. Brian Battle gets a huge knockout in 14 seconds over Gabe Green. And they're throwing down early, and Brian Battle lays him out in the first 15 seconds. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Broke a bomb. This shit's going fucking crazy. Woo. Was super excited for that. The card was tremendous. The fight companion was a lot of fun. I'll be live for the entire UFC Vegas 73 card on Saturday. Looking forward to this show. We're going to talk my most confident favorite picks, and then we're going to talk my favorite underdogs. We'll talk the lock of the week, props/parlays towards the end. So make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, and make sure to share the video as well. And let's jump right into this thing. First things first, most confident picks. I'm going to bring up Viacheslav Borshchev and Natalia Silva. And you see a vast difference between lines between these two fighters. Minus 1,000 for Natalia Silva, and then you got minus 155 for Slava Claus. Big difference. And I'm confident Slava's getting a KO. Not a huge fan of just trying to throw down heavy on the money lines. Obviously, I'm looking to get that plus money. But both of these fighters could be potential additions to a parlay. At minus 1,000, yeah, Silva's not going to be huge value. But she is going to win the fight. I want to look into Silva a little bit. Let's first talk about her getting it done inside of the distance. There's a good chance of that. The line sitting at minus 175. Brings it way down from minus 1,000. Though Leonardo, pretty damn tough. Official method of victory. If you go KO, it's plus 150. If you go sub, it's plus 215. I just don't love chasing props like this. Yeah, it's a minus 1,000. I think there's an inside the distance finish. Minus 175 is good, but what happens if it goes long? I'm kicking myself. I'm like, what the hell? But there's no value on the money line. So this is your long shot parlay edition, or you're trying to snipe out a prop. You either go on the safer side with inside distance with the value sucks, and I'm not probably going to be playing that. And then I look at the KO prop, plus 150, sub prop, plus 215. I'm thinking there's a chance of club and sub, but I'm not even craving to throw down on the props in this fight. To be 100% real with you guys, I don't fuck with the props here. I'm not feeling it. I'm very confident in the pick. I'm confident in inside distance, but the value sucks. This is the long shot extension to a parlay. Looking at my guy, Viacheslav Borshchev at minus 155. This brings some value into a parlay, and it's a confident pick. Looking at how it goes down, I feel like we're going under 2.5. That's minus 175. And I got Slava Claus getting the knockout. I look at the fight with Mahashate and I think, okay, Mahashate is not going to be able to bully Slava on the ground. This is someone where even if Mahashate might be a little bit better offensively, it's enough of a drop in competition grappling skill from Mike Davis to this one. I feel like Slava's going to defend fairly well. He's at Team Alpha Male. You know he's making constant improvements in his grappling. And Mahashate has shot 0 takedowns in his UFC career, and there's 0 takedowns on the other side for Slava. It's a striking match. Slava's more powerful, he's more accurate, and he's getting the win by knockout. Knockout win for Slava, plus 140. Not a horrible play. Prop chasing for sure if you're trying to throw down on that one, but I think he's getting it done by a knockout. I like the extension to your parlay, though, with Slava. I'm excited for the parlay section at the end. You'll see Slava's name again. I do want to jump over to the side of my favorite underdogs on the card. Okay, first one that we're going to bring up on the screen is going to be the side of Gilbert Urbina to get it done at that plus 100 range. I like this one more. On the opposite end, it's also plus 100 for Chase Hooper. I guess I don't like it as much, but I do think Chase got a real chance to beat Nick Fiore. Let's first talk a little bit about Urbina. He's got a good length advantage over Orion Kosei. I think he's going to be able to outstrike him and force Kosei to panic shoot and submit him. So I'm thinking Urbina by sub, looking at the line here, around plus 300, plus 445. If you get plus 445, that's great plus money. But more more so plus 300 is what you'll find at most bookies. I like Urbina to get it done, though, straight money line at the plus side. You got plus 100 on it. Don't be greedy and trying to snipe out a prop. I mean, if you're feeling real good about the sub, you could throw down on it, but the money line is what I like. I think this one's been a mismarked one all week. The line has gotten a lot closer. You might see Urbina as a favorite after the weigh-ins. Urbina's a pick, and he's pretty damn confident dog play. Looking at Chase Hooper, I will say the confidence is not to the same level, per se, of Urbina, but I still do feel like he's got a real shot to win the fight. UFC experience and victories. The Steve Garcia knockout loss is not looking too bad after Steve Garcia got a knockout of Shailan Nordenbecker in the last one. He's got some clean technique on the feet. Hooper's coming up, 155, filling out his frame, getting a little more size on him, and he's fighting Nick Fury, who's a good grappler. Unproven as far as his high-level MMA game, just lost to Mateusz Rebecki. And you look at his stand-up skills in that fight, I wasn't overly impressed. What I saw was a tough motherfucker in Nick Fury. But I didn't even see A1 grappling. I think Chase Hooper might be able to out-scramble him and out-position him on the floor. So I am picking Chase Hooper to win. I would just go straight money line here with the Hooper side at plus 100. I think there's a chance he wins a decision. But I'll tell you guys straight, I'm bringing this one up because it is a pick. But as I'm saying this, the confidence is much lower than Urbina. I'm much more confident on the Urbina side, even though I'm still picking Hooper, and I still think he's an okay dog. But it's not great plus money. The real exciting plus money, and if you're looking to actually attack an underdog, and the only one that really has me 100% like, yeah, that's the one, it's the lock of the week.
Michael the Menace Johnson!
Michael Johnson, underdog lock at plus 145. I think Michael Johnson is going to destroy Diego Ferreira on the feet. I think he's going to outstrike him with the hands, be way faster. Ferreira, when he comes inside, he's awkward and clumsy. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter, doesn't have great takedowns. Michael Johnson's got great takedown defense. I think that you're going to see Ferreira trying to shoot hard on him, totally out of position and awkward on the feet, getting beaten up with strikes, looking older, and the chin is worn. And I think Michael Johnson's getting a KO. The plus 145 money line is A1. I'm more of a fan of just the straight money line plus side of Michael Johnson than any other bet on the entire card. This right here is the dog lock. I like the dog lock money at plus 145. I also think Michael Johnson gets a knockout win. The line for KO sitting at plus 275. I'd go harder, straight money line, and then if you want to lightly play that KO prop, I do think there's a real chance for it. But if you're just betting one thing, you're betting the knockout side. It's Michael Johnson by KO. Dog lock, I think he's mismarked. I feel like I love what he's saying in the pre-fight interviews. He's talking about he wants to get to the top of the game, and he sees himself having the skill set of that. Seems extremely confident. And I got Diego Ferreira on the other side that I think looks slower, and he hasn't fought in over a year, and he looked bad against Mateusz Gamrot. And now you match him up with Michael Johnson, who's got incredible striking. And when he's on point, beats the best guys. Edson Barboza comes to mind. Tony Ferguson. Dustin Poirier. When Michael Johnson's on his game, he's a top caliber guy. And I still think he's got some juice left in him. He's got steam left, and he's getting a dominant win. One-sided fight, knockout, underdog lock, Michael Johnson to get it done. Guys, I do want to talk about some props / value bets. I think we have a very sneaky value bet here. A very sneaky one, okay? It's going to be Latifi and Nascimento's fight. My pick here is very low confidence Latifi. I'll be honest, we'll see after weigh-ins. That might flip if he shows up looking like a schmuck. But looking at over, I think this fight goes distance. It's plus 102 for the over 2.5. Fight goes distance plus 125. I think that's a sneaky play because Nascimento doesn't have great finishing ability. Latifi hard to finish. I don't think Nascimento is going to be easy for Latifi to put away, as fat and heavy as he is now at 265 pounds, because heavyweight is not Latifi's optimal weight class. Let's be honest, he's a light heavyweight that's past his prime. I think the over. If Latifi's actually coming to fight, I think it goes long. So plus money over was something I had to mention between these two. Now, this is not a pick officially. Edmund Shahbazyan is an underdog that is too wide, in my opinion. Plus 166, plus 185. The money line dog attack, I understand people on the side. I don't think it's crazy. There's value there because this is a close fight. Shahbazyan by knockout is plus 300. I do think there's a chance he gets the KO. My official pick for the fight, though, don't get it confused, it's Anthony Hernandez, and I'm leaning towards Hernandez winning it by submission. But it's a mismarked line. I think that Shahbazyan is too big of an underdog. He doesn't deserve to be that wide. Looking at one more, I think Themba Gorimbo has a very good chance to out-grapple Takashi Sato, and it's a super close money play. Fight is even Stevens. Wanted to mention that in the value bets / prop section, and I want to jump over to the parlays. Don't play this parlay here because that's this fucking mismatch between whatever randomness. All right, parlay time. I want to give you guys value first and foremost. We're going to go Viacheslav Borshchev, and we're going to go Michael Johnson. We're going to go savage mode. Plus 300 for a high confidence favorite and the underdog lock. If you're like, listen, I want to do one without your lock in it. I want to mix it up, but I still want Viacheslav. My next dog money play would be the Gilbert Urbina side, plus 230. I think this is still fantastic, and you got a good chance to win. If you're looking for all value, what if you played the over here? You got plus 565. What if you went savage mode and you also had Michael Johnson on your slate? Plus 1515. We can get fucking ballistic, bro. That's a crazy one, actually. If Urbina, Borshchev, Johnson, and that fight goes long, you got a plus 1,515 play. I think that might be worth touching a little something with. That's a long shot parlay that just has enough randomness to it that I feel like it's got a real good chance of coming through. Real good chance. And then Natalia Silva, if you did add her in, she's worth it. Now it's plus 1,700. Now it gives you a little steam. Would I add more to this? No, you're fucking crazy. You're already, if you pull this shit off, you're already ahead of the curve, bro. Because that type of play is, you know what I'm saying, lower likelihood. But I think it's happening this week. Looking at Buckley, if I added him in just for craziness, would be plus 2582. But I'm not getting tempted by the plus 25. I would leave Buckley out of it for the most part. Now, looking at some more parlays that I want to mix and match here. Is there anything else that's really jumping out to me? I mean, you can go Dog City, Johnson or Urbina play, and you got plus 390. I don't think that's a horrible idea. Dog play. If you just went, and this is going to be underwhelming for sure, but Viacheslav Borshchev and Natalia Silva, you get near even money with minus 118. And then if you did add in this over, which gives you the plus side, now you got plus 270. But a lot of things have to go right, I guess. And, you know, a minus 800 is never necessarily optimal to have on your lineup. I do think Loopy goes long. I think this goes over 2.5. Maybe that's it. Borshchev, Natalia Silva, and Ducote Godinez over 2.5 plus 142. If you're looking for some favorites, you don't want to run it with my dogs, that's something to consider. I'm going to add just a little more steam to this, and I'm going to say this is absolute degeneracy, but we're going to do it real quick just because I want to see how big of a line we can get this to. I want to see how crazy we can make it. It's plus 1,000. All right. Boom. Plus 2,000 right here. Viacheslav Borshchev, Natalia Silva, the over in the fight between Ducote and Godinez. The over in the fight between Latifi and Nascimento. Holy shit. Michael Johnson or Urbina. Look at this savagery. This right here would be crazy. We'll leave it off with this one if you want to go ballistic. But be intelligent with your parlays. High risk, high reward is the game. Because when you're shooting fucking crazy like that, your odds of coming through drop substantially. I'm very excited for this week. I think we got a fun card with UFC Vegas 73. I'm definitely on the more cautious side this week, but I'm loving the underdog plays, and I think that I have an A1 parlay. As far as going straight heavy on favorites, my opinion, not optimal for the long term. But if you can turn it into a high confidence parlay with a favorite in your lineup, with an over-under, with a dog, that's where you can start getting some juice, guys. So let's make it happen. I hope you guys enjoyed another episode of this week's Best MMA Bets. We're getting that streak going again. We hit the dog last week. I'm 3 out of the last 4 with underdogs, and I'm looking to make it 4 out of the last 5 after we hit it this week. Much love to the people watching. Make sure you all smash the like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let me know what your lock of the card is in the comments, and if you got nothing to say, as always, drop a W in the chat to boost the algorithm for your boy. Thank you all for tuning into the show, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everyone.